WWE first off signed their new TV deal. They are going back to USA. So SmackDown's moving to USA beginning next year, October 2024, on a 5-year deal. Including that deal also too is 4 primetime specials per year on NBC. When I saw that, the 4 words came to my mind, and Rob, you know this especially too because we've been covering this for the last couple of weeks on my other podcast. Saturday night's main event. Just saying.
Yeah.
It writes itself. It writes itself.
Definitely a possibility. Well, you go first, dude, because I got.
But this, thoughts on the deal. What do you guys think about this deal? I mean, Fox, I guess, didn't want to pay as much this time around, and I guess WBC look around.
It all depends, really. Depends on. Well, okay, so Fox definitely did not want to pay the price increase. Mm-hmm. And I was listening to like one of those sports media podcasts, and they cover this kind of stuff, and apparently that was like a news court decision. They just didn't want to, they didn't want to do it anymore, and that could very well be like what WCW always had to deal with Turner, that there were always people there who were like just didn't like wrestling or didn't want to. So it could be that, or could just be they didn't want to pay that because. I mean, a lot of the cross branding and cross promotion, it was heavy at first, and then it definitely tapered off over the years. So it very well could be that. Could be they didn't want to pay the price hike. SmackDown was number one show on all of television a lot of weeks now. Not just, on Friday nights, so for them to just say, to not want to keep the number one rated show on television and for what would still be a cheaper price, across the board than some 22 episodes of some scripted TV show. Mm-hmm. That suggests that somebody there just didn't want to, or some people there just didn't want to do it.
Are you saying that the return on the investment from the contract in 2019, the return was not what they thought would be?
See, because people like Dave Meltzer have been hinting at that, but I never, when Dave says something, I don't believe it until somebody else verifies it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But sometimes, look, man, these TV folks are weird, man.
Touch.
Well, because they'll dump a number one rated show because somebody in some high office just doesn't like it. And then they'll come up with some reasoning to justify it afterwards. But
yeah,
it happens. Shows get dumped because some executive doesn't like it or doesn't want it or whatever. It's not even necessarily about ratings. Now Meltzer's reasoning was that the ad revenue wasn't what Fox wanted it to be. I have no idea. Can't help you there, but. They were getting like double the TV audience or whatever was there before they started, and again, they were the highest rated show on all the television on Friday nights a lot of times. They're not going to do better.
They average 2 million ish, if not close to 3 million every Friday.
Well, yeah, because this year they've been kind of in the 2.4 range,
right,
regularly, which is, you're not going to do better than that. Unless you're broadcasting like NFL games or something on Friday, Fox is not going to do better than that. So, just from little pieces I can put together, it sounds to me like somebody there just didn't want it.
Do you think?
Well, first of all, shout out to WWE for doing the bait and switch. They know that Raw and NXT is going to command a high dollar. Mm-hmm. And they know that they don't have to necessarily stay in one place in order to get their money. So taking SmackDown and moving it over to USA is just it's a smart move. And don't be surprised if SmackDown extends to 3 hours. I don't think USA Network wants to give up having 3 hours that are programmed, guaranteed. You get that ad revenue. I don't think they're going to give that up. So expect SmackDown to be extended. There's going to be a 3rd hour. The Duke is telling you right now. No 2 ways about it.
Especially if they don't keep Raw.
But that's the other rumor too. That Raw may be off of USA also too.
Raw is not going to be on USA, and again, the reason is the price tag. It's going to command a lot more. You can expect somewhere between a 40 and 50% increase on their current deal Right now, SmackDown got a 40% increase. So Raw is going to do a lot more because you got to remember NXT is packaged with Raw. So that's technically, how many hours is that? It's 5 hours.
4 hours. Yeah, 5 hours. Yeah, 5
It's
hours.
5 hours there. In terms of what happened with Fox, it's just dollars and cents, man. Fox is in a very bad financial situation, like most networks are. Let's call it what it is. They just had a big assessment of their books, and it was recommended that they stop spending money. Simple as that. Stop spending money. Moody's actually did the assessment of them, and that was Fox reached out to them and asked for it. So Moody's told them that the WWE deal is not worth it, based on the return on investment when they're losing money everywhere else as well. So it's like, you're not going to gear up and give these guys more money because they can't make up for what you're losing elsewhere. So here's what's going to happen with Fox as a network. You're going to see more reality TV. You're going to see more game shows, shows like The Masked Singer and things like that. They're in the Nick Cannon business. So you're going to see a lot more things that will give you, good enough ratings. You can sell top dollar advertising and you don't have to spend a lot of money to do it. You know what I mean? That's the reality of it. So don't expect Fox to be anything more than that going forward, at least for the next 5 years. That's not WWE's problem.
I can see them also putting college football on that slot too. Also,
they're not going to spend the money for it.
But they already have it though. FS1 on Friday nights sometimes.
Okay, but we're talking about the big boy,
right?
We ain't talking about FS1. FS1 they didn't pay as much as the big boy would have to pay.
So FS1 is separate. So FS1 is a separate model from Fox itself, like in terms of like right.
You can't charge them the same money for broadcast on FS1 that you would charge for broadcast.
Right,
TV.
that makes sense. It makes sense. That makes sense.
You know what I mean? So that's the reality of that. But again, in terms of WWE, because I see a lot of people thinking that Fox canceled them because they weren't doing good enough, and just like Bob just said, they've been number one in that slot, and they've maintained that spot. They've never fallen out of the top 5.
Yeah,
I think the lowest they ever were was like number 3. So this is a success. We got to call it what it is.
This is the Fox problem. This is not a WWE problem. This is a Fox
problem.
That's
a Fox problem. That's a Fox problem. WWE went and got that money, though. 40% increase in this day and age when you're talking about TV being a dying thing because streaming is king. You know what I mean? Everyone has the internet now. Streaming is king. The fact that they were still able to get a 40% increase tells you everything you need to know.
Isn't that sick, though? Like we've been wrestling fans for now 40 years, all of it. We're on the same age. And wrestling in 2023 still viable and more than viable.
Well, WWE. I don't know about wrestling.
WWE, right. Well, WWE. Yeah. But the WWE also, in a lot of ways, lifts the ships around them, too.
Sure.
By default.
Sure.
So, but the rumors now we hear about, because Raw and / NXT will probably be moved off of USA, the rumors we're hearing now is that they may go to the stream model. They may go, I'm hearing Disney, I'm hearing Amazon, I'm hearing different other entities of that nature. What do you think would be the best fit for Raw and NXT, Duke?
It's a great question. Okay, so I can totally see Amazon because you got to remember Amazon is in more households right now than USA is.
Correct.
So for a lot of folks who say, well, coming off of TV is going to be a step down. No, there are more people who have access to Amazon. And if you give them a reason to tune in, they're going to tune in. We see that right now at the NFL.
Correct.
Right? People are tuning into those games. So that would be a major step up for the WWE. In fact, they probably have more people watching Raw and NXT if they went to Amazon. But we got to remember that now that they're part of Endeavor under the TKO brand, they're also combined with UFC. And UFC already has that relationship with Disney, through ESPN, right? UFC's deal is coming up in a couple of years. That is going to be a full package deal, WWE and UFC. And in that situation, you can expect ESPN or Amazon to, be the ones that are going to have them all. So my prediction is wherever WWE goes, that's where both companies are going to end up streaming going forward. Okay, I think 2026 is what we're looking at for UFC when their deal is going to be up.
With ESPN, right?
With ESPN.
Correct.
So if WWE makes the Disney deal, then you can expect both companies, they're going to be with ESPN going forward, period.
Right. What about you, Rob? What's a good fit for Raw and NXT? You think?
Good question. Because one thing, like, things are getting kind of weird in the streaming world. Because I'm looking at just some numbers here, like looking at the Thursday Night Football thing here. Because all right, so far, the Amazon Prime viewing numbers are in line with when they line up with when Thursday Night Football was on Fox, the network.
Correct.
So that would make sense. I don't think they go anywhere. I don't think they put them on another streaming service because a lot of those other streaming services are having serious money problems right now. And because
Amazon included?
No, it's the other ones. Like Disney.
Okay.
Yeah. Because look, the streaming model is basically it's like a pyramid scheme. Basically, it's like because the idea was that we'll give you all of this stuff for a low price, and then the notion was that they would make up the difference with number of subscriptions, right? And that it would all even out. But the number of people, but that subscription growth, those subscription growth targets are not being met, which anybody could have told you would happen because because as you have more and more services now, people have to pick and choose which ones they're going to get because nobody has all of them, right? Because most people can't afford to get all of them, right? And I'm just looking at now like just percentage. I got some numbers here that the guys at WrestleNomics came up with, and again, they're good at gathering information. They're not good at opinions. But okay, but if you but I'm just looking at it here, like the percentage of time spent, like watching cable versus broadcast versus streaming, and of course, cable and broadcast have been in decline. But over like the past year, it's kind of flattened out, so they're not declining as much as they were at one point. Meanwhile,
why do you think that is the case, though?
I mean, I think we've just reached that point where, again, I think they've tapped out the market on people who can afford to get more streaming services, and therefore, and those people who are not getting them, they're sticking with cable and broadcast, and then on the same time, the percentage of time spent watching streaming, it took a dip earlier this year, but it's kind of rebounded. But at one point, it went from
where are those numbers coming from? I
WrestleNomics.
Totally
you said WrestleNomics.
No, but where are those numbers coming from? So WrestleNomics has got to be quoting. If they're quoting Nielsen, then we know that the data is incorrect because it's not like Brandon himself can measure that. He doesn't have the access to do it.
No,
so he's got to be getting it from an aggregator. Who's he getting it from?
I don't know. I'm just okay, but
listen, you're the mathematician. You should know. Who's he citing? Who's his source?
I just look. I screenshotted the one slide in the presentation. Okay, I didn't.
So what we have here is a guy who's on the take. It's clear that you're in WrestleNomics' pocket.
Oh, good.
You're trying to credit them for research that they don't do, and you won't quote where they're getting that data from.
So you disagree? You disagree with you?
Well, I know for a fact that it's not true, and we all know that's not true because we can look at our own viewing habits. We can look at people we interact with. For the most part, we're all streaming.
I'm not. No, you do not know me, sir.
Well, let me see. Okay, us three. I mostly stream, so I'm not. That's right. I'm like 95% streaming, pretty much. 98% streaming.
I am not.
Oh,
you don't stream? You're not on YouTube all the time. You're not on networks and all this stuff, watching stuff all the time.
Not all the time. No.
Stop it right now.
No, I watch plenty of cable, sir. I do.
How much is your consumption streaming?
Depends on the night, and it's not.
See what I mean? Come on.
No, hold on. All right.
But frame it this way: do you stream more, or do you actually use cable more?
I might watch cable more or TV more.
Really? Interesting.
Day to day.
No, listen.
Day to day.
Listen to me. Break it down.
Go ahead.
Okay. Sunday, I watched football on TV all day. Okay. I don't have Dish, or I don't have the Red Zone channel. I don't have any of that. I watched it on TV. Okay. I watched football on TV all day. All right. Yesterday, I watched Monday Night Raw, and I flipped between Monday Night Raw and Monday Night Football on TV.
On TV? Okay.
Tonight, if I watch NXT, it'll be on TV, obviously.
He's online.
Okay.
But he's only talking about those programs. I want to know about your full consumption for the day.
I watch ESPN.
Not streaming anything online all day. Nothing.
I watch when the new episode of Ahsoka is on. I will watch that. That's an hour. Okay. That is 1 hour.
Think about your whole day. I'm talking about your phone, your computer, your tablet, whatever you consume from the time you're awake to the time you sleep. You're telling me that if you were to add up all of those other things,
it might be 50. Some days it's 50-50. Some days it's 50-50.
3-minute clip here, 15 seconds there.
Some days it's 50-50.
This is what, see, I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but here's my point, fellas. I don't think that people are paying attention to what it means to stream. Okay. If you are on Twitter and there's something going on and you click on that, that's a form of streaming.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you
got to add all that up.
No, but they're not talking about that either. No, I'm talking about when I sit down.
Come on now.
No, when I sit down and watch something, if I'm going to watch.
You're sitting down watching it. You're watching the clip. What do you mean? That's streaming.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm virtually 100% streaming at this point now, because the only time I ever watched TV at this point, and that ended last year, was when I watched the parade with my wife on NBC, and now they put on streaming now. So I'm 100% streamer now. So I'm out. I mean, I'm out. Everything I stream now.
I'm 70-30. I'm 70-30.
You streaming 70%?
70% streaming, because I watch a lot of local news and things like that. And the networks. If there's something on the networks, why am I going to flip over to Sling to watch it on Sling when I can just watch it on my TV?
And Sling is still streaming.
Well, so I'm a Luddite. Okay, if I can watch it on if I can watch it on TV, I will watch it on TV.
Sure, okay. Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
And even like stuff like when Law and Order is on Thursday, right? I'd rather watch it when it's sometimes I miss it when it's on TV, and then I watch it later on Peacock or whatever. But if I'm there when it's coming on live, I watch it on TV.
How many clips do you watch on your phone?
You call Robert Dinosaur. You call him.
I know he's not telling the truth.
Well,
how many clips do you watch?
No, I am telling.
Answer the question.
I don't watch Law and Order on my phone. I watch it on the TV.
How many clips do you watch on your phone on an average day
of a TV show?
Anything? How many clips?
No, I'm talking about stuff that I watch. No, when I sit down to watch a TV show, I watch it on the television.
That's not how you measure it.
To his point, he probably does watch more TV than we give him credit for, but he probably streams more than I don't think we even give credit for.
He doesn't realize he's streaming more than anything else because it all
Twitter
adds up.
And all that stuff. Yeah, right.
You're awake. You're awake at least 15 to 18 hours a day. If you were to add up everything that you do, right? In terms of consuming, you're watching something.
Any content that is TV,
and you compare what you watched on TV to what you watched on every other medium. I guarantee you're streaming a lot more than you give yourself credit for.
And first of all, I did not say people were watching more TV than streaming. Okay, you cut me off. Okay, I said that the decline.
Get him, Rob.
I said that the decline had bottomed out. Okay, I did not say that people were watching more. Okay.
Well, if you did, then you would be telling another fib.
I said that the decline has evened out. Okay.
And but you can't prove it. I asked you to cite the source.
Well, you can't prove what you're saying either.
Of course I can.
No, you can't.
I just proved it just now. What do you mean?
Your only proof is you.
What do you listen? Give me your phone. I'm gonna do an examination.
That's like me saying that everybody's a Knicks fan because I'm wearing a Knicks t-shirt. Okay, that's all you did.
If you give me your phone and I look at your watch hours, I guarantee you have at least 2 to 3 hours every single day that you're watching on your phone in general of streaming. That adds up.
And that's a lie.
Maybe
no, that's not true.
Okay.
Look, I gotta go get food just got here. Okay, I gotta run to the door really quickly.
Yeah, that's right. No, he's gonna go into the corner and talk to Russell Dobbix.
I'll be right back.
Okay, Howard Thurston is in there.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay.
See, this is the thing, EJ. This is the thing, brothers and sisters out there, and all you humanoids who need to pull up your skinny jeans as well. Here's what we got to understand. Okay, when we talk about streaming, if we're going to measure this properly, then it's about whenever you do anything but watch TV. How are you consuming something outside of the radio? How are you consuming something when you're watching? That is streaming. You are streaming content. So we can't say that people are watching more traditional television over streaming because it's just not true. More people are cutting the cord. More people have access to YouTube. They have Facebook. They have Twitter. All of that contributes to streaming hours.
Right. No, you're right. That's your point. You're right.
Watching something. When they watch this show, you know what they're going to be doing? Streaming.
it. No. And to your point, you're correct. I think what he was trying to make, the point he's trying to make is that, he watches more linear TV, more classic TV than shows. I think we weren't considering the Twitter or the random TikTok.
But see, this is the problem, though. Why would you not consider that? Because that is you consuming some type of entertainment, right? That's keeping you away from watching TV.
Right.
So whoever's measuring it, I guarantee you, if you want an accurate number on what to what, brother, it ain't no comparison. My mother will send me YouTube clips and Facebook clips.
My mother?
Funny Jamaican.
Yes,
our
first me, remember?
Our mother.
Yeah.
Yes.
She first me than you, remember? Last time we told that.
Forget about that. When she sends me something, I send it to you. So when we see the funny jokes, Jamaican jokes, Caribbean jokes, and stuff like that, what are we doing? We're streaming.
Yeah.
We're not watching TV at that point. We're taking the 30 seconds, the minute to 2 minutes to go watch that thing. You know what I mean?
I already told you I'm 100% streamer now, 100%.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I watch any TV anymore. Because everything is to a stream. Everything, whether it's an app or it's a even if it's a Sling, it's still Sling is still streaming. So to your point, I'm with you on that one.
I keep up with the local channels on traditional TV just because local news and stuff like that. I can't get that on Sling.
That's your 30% though.
That's my 30%.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's clear that it is the case now. All right,
Absolutely.
let's move on.